This is going to be a really simple and short tutorial on how to process your vocals like Justin Bieber. We're going to be remaking his new track Yukon from the Swag album, and we're pretty much going to turn this
in the city. Remember used to drive a Yukon
into this.
In the city. Remember used to drive a Yukon.
So let's go. Oh, and also I didn't do this all by myself. I'd like to thank my ghost producer because, you know, she helped me a lot during the process, as you can see right there. Yeah. So she worked really hard. She still is working really hard, right? All right, so the first thing I did was to download the instrumental for this song, and it's already pitched down a few semitones because I want to remake this with Justin Bieber's original voice and not that pitched up one. It should sound something like this. I think the vocals were removed using AI, so it doesn't sound perfect. But I'm still definitely gonna get some copyright for this, for sure. First thing we gotta do is to record some raw vocals. So I'm gonna select one of these tracks, go to track mode, and then assign it to track number 20, for example. We're gonna set the input to input 1, and then arm the recording right here. Let's turn it on. We press R, and we should be recording.
Yeah. In the city, remember used to drive a Yukon. I pick up whenever you call. In the parking lot in Tucson, like, are you with me? In the Phantom with the roof gone. I pull up like Jimmy Neutron.
All right, so now that we have our raw vocals, let's start processing them. So I went ahead and cut all of the silence parts and took down each and individual breath. And now I'm gonna start adding some plugins one by one. So if you listen to the raw vocal, this is what it sounds like.
Yeah. In the city. Remember used to drive a Yukon. I pick up whenever you call.
First thing I'm gonna add is an EQ, and I'm gonna cut off that low end that we actually don't need.
In the city, remember used to drive a Yukon. I pick up whenever you call. In the parking lot in Tucson, like.
Right, so around the like 80 to 90 hertz, I feel like it's okay. Always make sure to EQ while listening to the song so you get the full context. Next off, we're gonna be adding a de-esser.
Yeah. In the city,
remove those S sounds.
I pick up whenever you call. In the parking lot in Tucson, like, are you with me? In the Phantom with the roof gone.
All right, minus 4 to 5 dB being reduced on the S sounds. It sounds okay to me. We're gonna keep this really simple. Next off, auto-tune for pitch correction. I already set this to the key of the song, which is, if I'm not mistaken, E minor. And we're gonna start adding some retune speed, which is gonna correct the notes, and then some humanize to make it a bit less robotic. Let's go.
Yeah. In the city, remember used to drive a Yukon. I pick up whenever you call. In the parking lot in Tucson, like, are you with me? In the Phantom with the roof gone.
All right, it's starting to sound good. Some parts we're gonna have to correct them using Melodyne because autotune is kind of like doing a little too much effort trying to correct those notes, and then we get that more of like robotic sounding effect, and that's not what we want. Then I'm gonna go with the glue compressor to tame down these vocals, try to make the loudest parts come down a bit and then the lowest parts come up, so we get a balanced vocal in terms of volume. Let's go.
Yeah. In the city,
let's go up until it starts compressing. There we go.
I pick up whenever you call. In the parking lot in Tucson, like,
gain staging, so we use some makeup to go back to the original volume. It's good like this.
I pull up like Jimmy Neutron. I can help you get a move on, like you ho, and I know.
Usually I leave the attack and the release the same as the default preset, but you can play around with the attack, making it faster if you want some punchier vocals, or slower if you want it to breathe a little bit more, and the same for the release. Right after I add some Camel Crusher, I'm going to be using the British Clean preset, which is not too aggressive, and at this stage I'm pretty much just added some saturation and distortion. This is how it sounds at the maximum.
Yeah. In the city.
Really loud.
Let's go behind.
Sounds good like this. Then I'm going to be doing the same with Sound Godizer right here. Let's add just a little bit, and it's going to give it some boost on the high end and also add some saturation.
Yeah. In the city.
It's too much.
Remember used to drive a Yukon. I pick up whenever you call.
Sounding good. Then I follow up with some OTT. For extra compression, I'm just gonna add like 5%. I only like to give it a little touch with OTT, otherwise it starts to sound too processed.
In the city.
Right? So let's go down.
I pick up whenever you call.
You can also boost the highs here at this stage if you feel like it needs it.
Are you with me?
I don't think I'm gonna need to right now, so we're good. Then I'm gonna be adding some fresh air. This is a really cool plugin. It really adds that presence to the vocal that we're looking for, but I'm gonna be subtle about it. Just a tiny little bit on the mid and on the high presence. Okay, let's go mid air.
Yeah. In the city, remember I used to drive a Yukon.
Let's go high.
Pick up whenever you call.
It's too much.
In the parking lot in Tucson, like.
Let's turn it off.
Are you with me?
See the difference?
In the Phantom with the roof gone. I pull up like Jimmy Neutron. I can help you get a move on, like you ho, and I know.
So it breathes a little more, especially on the high end, where our ears tend to perceive more loudness from the vocals, right? If we boost that high end using this plugin, our ears will perceive the vocal in a better way, and it's gonna become more present in the mix. Now to finish it up, I'm just gonna be using some EQ, like a surgical EQ, to remove some low end and maybe boost some of the highs if it needs it.
Yeah. In the city, remember I used to drive a Yukon. I pick up whenever you call. In the parking lot in Tucson, like, are you with me? In the Phantom with the roof gone. I pull up like Jimmy Neutron.
Just adding a bit more presence here at the low end as well, because this microphone is really bright and sometimes my vocals lack that punchy low end. And I think that is it. This is pretty much it for the main vocal. Let's listen to the before and after, and then we're gonna be adding the final touch, which is reverb and delay. So no processing on this one.
Yeah. In the city, remember I used to drive a Yukon.
Let's turn it on.
Yeah. In the city, remember I used to drive a Yukon. I pick up whenever you call.
Okay, it sounds way more crispier, way more present. If you guys want to try this out by yourselves in FL Studio, you can get my Justin Bieber vocal preset from my website. The link will be down in the description. A few things that need to be corrected. We haven't used Melodyne yet. I'll do so after, but the imperfections it has right now are gonna be masked when we use some reverb and delay on it, right? So for the reverb, I'm gonna go with the preset I always use, which is Vocal Hall Bright from FabFilter Pro R. We get a 3-second decay, cut a bit of the low end, and it sounds really good. It goes like this. So this is without.
Yeah. In the city.
Dry, and then we have the reverb.
Yeah. In the city. Remember I used to drive a Yukon. I pick up whenever.
And it already starts to sound professional. As an extra reverb, because I like to give it that back ambience, I'm gonna be using Vala Room. We're gonna be setting the mix to 100. And don't forget, guys, all that I'm doing right here is send the main vocals to the reverb bus and the delay bus, which are vocal chains that I already have saved as presets. All you have to do is come down here and you hit this little up arrow right here, and it already sends the signal from the main vocal to the reverb bus, all right? And then you adjust it right here, and you can even automate it if you want more or less reverb during the song. Okay, so we're gonna be doing so with this Vala Room right here. So I already sent it here, and make sure all the plugins on the bus channel are set to 100% wet, all right? Because we don't want the dry signal to be repeated on the bus channel. We just want to add the effects. So Vala Room, 100% wet. We got a 4-second decay, so a really strong and really big reverb. And let's see how it sounds.
Yeah.
Gotta add a little bit.
In the city, remember I used to drive a Yukon.
Less.
I pick up whenever you call. In the parking lot in Tucson, like, are you with me?
Okay, if we take it off from the master, this is how the Vala Room sounds. So it's really used as an ambience reverb just to fill it up. Lastly, we're going to be adding the delay. I'm using Echo Boy for this one. And a quick tip for you guys, don't forget to always EQ your reverbs and delays, especially if they don't have like a built-in low cut or high cut. In this case, Echo Boy does have it, but I always like to use it just as a precaution right after the plugins. So I add an EQ right after, and I cut it off until around like 200 or even more hertz. Okay, because most of the times I don't want that low end in the reverb to be coming out because it kind of ruins the mix.
Yeah. In the city, remember I used to drive a Yukon.
So Echo Boy, set the mix to 100, always 100% wet. Then we have a delay time of 1/4, and it sounds like this.
In the city, remember I used to drive a Yukon.
So it pretty much just repeats the last words that I'm singing. Since it's a really simple track, if we don't want all of the words to be repeated all of the time, because it can make it boring or repetitive, all we have to do is to automate that send information on the bus channel, and we can have it repeat the words whenever we want. So to do that, click the main vocals, go to the delay here, for example, right click, we already send it here. And you can see that I'm using like 14%, so not a lot. I'm not sending a lot of the information from the vocal, which means not a lot of delay is going on. And then we right click, create automation clip. Let's copy this value here. And let's say I don't want that first yeah to be repeated. So all you have to do is suck it all the way down, and then we bring it back up for the next word. So let's listen.
Yeah. In the city.
No more yeah, okay?
Yeah. In the city. Remember used to drive a Yukon. I pick up.
Okay, and the same for Yukon. Maybe you don't want that. So let's take it off. Let's go back.
In the city. Remember used to drive a Yukon. I pick up whenever you call.
Same for the reverb. You can use other plugins to do this, but you can also sidechain your reverb manually. All you have to do is click the send bus, create automation clip. What we do is pretty much just bring it down when we're singing and then bring it up when we stop singing, creating that sidechain. All right, so let's go.
Yeah. In the city. Yeah. In the city.
Okay, see how it sounds? And that is it. Our vocals are processed, sounding quite good, to be honest. And as you can see, I'm not a professional singer, not even close. But if you can hit the notes close enough, if you're like a mediocre or a good enough singer to reach close enough to the right notes, to the right key, you can mask it out with all these plugins, make it sound better, and actually reach a professional level. The last thing we would need to do for this, which usually I do at a earlier stage, would be to add Melodyne, just to correct some parts that I don't love. So I'm gonna be adding Melodyne here. Let's click transfer so we can listen to the vocals. Play it.
Yeah. In the city. Remember used to drive a Yukon.
So let's try and find a part that we want to make better using Melodyne. And we're going to be helping autotune pretty much. Let's see.
Yeah. In the city. Remember used to drive a Yukon.
So this Yukon, maybe it has a little bit too much vibrato. So we're going to be trimming it down a little bit.
Remember used to drive a Yukon.
Yukon. Okay. So I'm going to remove it a little bit.
Remember used to drive a Yukon. I pick up whenever you call.
Don't be too aggressive, otherwise you're also going to get that robotic sound. But so call right here could be a little bit sound a little bit better in terms of pitch. Something like this.
Remember used to drive a Yukon. I pick up whenever you call.
And then we take off the pitch variation a little bit.
Remember used to drive a Yukon. I pick up whenever you call.
And that is it. We do that for the rest of the vocal. Just these little adjustments so autotune won't sound as aggressive and we can get the vocal to sound really pitch perfect. And that is all. Let's listen to the before and then after.
Yeah. In the city. Remember used to drive a Yukon. I pick up whenever you call. In the parking lot in Tucson. Like, are you with me? In the Phantom with the roof gone. I pull up like Jimmy Neutron. I can help you get a move on. Like you ho, and I know you let it go slow, but we can go faster. Tell me the password. Sad city, you know what that means. I'm coming up on you quickly. I bring nice things.
That was it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know down in the comments if you want more videos like this. Don't forget to subscribe because you'll be helping me out. And I also need like money because I'm gonna get copyrighted on this one. So yeah, thanks for staying till the end and I'll see you around. Happy productions.